I was in Ghana. I was in class 3. I was only 8 years by then.
You were only 8 years old?
Yes.
But I'm sure you grew up, though, to hear him sing.
Of course, yeah. Everybody, especially in Anglophone,
okay.
Yeah, Africa,
yes.
Everybody knows about James Brown right from those years. You know, those are the songs that you hear your parents and people singing and dancing to all over.
Does it make you happy, though, to listen to any of his
Beautiful.
songs?
I mean, this is exceptional to recapture this. I was just watching and tapping my feet.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, talking about enjoying something or having a moment of fun, you're actually the founder of an association of fans of football. And even though you're based in the United States and there's a different kind of football in the United States, you have an association which is 11 years old, and Cameroon has just joined that association. Do you want to tell us about the COSUA?
Exactly. COSUA is the Coalition of Supporters Unions of Africa. It is for African unity, using football to build African unity in the African countries. And yes, even though I'm an attorney of the Supreme Court of New York, I've devoted a lot more of my time on this continent of Africa. And yesterday we were able to launch this organization right here in Cameroon, where Cameroon became the 50th African country to join this organization. We only have 4 more, and then we've covered the entire continent of Africa. But let me quickly say that we work with the mandate of the African Union to use football to build unity in the sense of mobilizing African supporters behind African teams that are engaged in continental competitions for Africa.
Tell me about your love for football. I mean, you are working as an attorney and then you are based in America. So tell me about your love for football, this football which is predominantly in Africa.
Well, it is in every gene, African gene. But I worked as a television football commentator and presenter, just as you are doing here in Ghana way back in the 90s before I even became a lawyer. So that is where it started from. And basically, there was one incident that I will quickly want to refer to that brought this whole idea of using football to build unity. In Ghana, we have 2 teams that sports followers in this country definitely must have heard about, Asante Kotoko and Accra House of Folk. And they are the biggest teams in Ghana. The 2 of them are rivals. I mean, you have no idea. And on the 9th May 2001, there was a game between the 2 of them at Accra Sports Stadium. I was the commentator on duty.
And the clash was hot, I can imagine.
It was hot. 123 people died right there in the stadium, before our eyes. And a lot more got injured and died later in the hospitals. So when that incident happened, it really touched my heart as the commentator on duty. And when I went home, I started thinking about how we can get the followers of these 2 teams to see themselves first and foremost as Ghanaians instead of as Asante Kotoko or House of Folk fans. And that is where the dream of this African association was born, because we started with the Supporters Unions of Ghana, which we call SUGA, and we brought the 2 sets of fans together in such a way that when Union Douala or Tonnerre or comes to Ghana, we have both Haas and Kotoko fans mixing together as Ghanaians to support one another against any other foreign opposition. And it worked very well. Since then, not a single soul has been lost in the stadiums when the 2 teams play, because we managed to build Ghanaian unity among the 2 sets of fans. And that is the inspiration that I got to carry this onto the African scene. So it is basically the same thing, where we put in the fans of Africa together so that any African team that manages to get to the World Cup, we have the entire 54 countries fans mixing and supporting.
You have an opportunity that's coming up, the Confederation Cup in Russia, which is next month, you say. So what is your plan to get Africa supporting Cameroon, which is going to be representing?
We spent virtually the past year working on that. I just came down from Russia. At the moment, the CEO of my organization is still in Russia. We've done a lot of groundwork to prepare everything, and that's why we are here to announce, because Cameroon is representing the entire continent of Africa as the champions of Africa. And we've been through all the 49 other countries to ginger them up and mobilize them to come to Russia and wear, you know,
the green, red, yellow, with the star in the middle.
With the yellow star in the middle. During that competition, every African is a Cameroonian.
Yes,
and we're all going to be in there in Russia supporting the Lions of Cameroon as our champions. And our objective is to support and push Cameroon to the limits where they can win the World Cup for Africa for the first time.
I actually hope that it will be a wonderful success story, because it will not go beyond, it will not end with the Russian experience. I actually hope that anytime any African country is representing Africa, we will all go as one team and with one flag.
Exactly.
So you have a beautiful message, and wish you a lot of success. I also want to use this opportunity to say a big hello to Uncle Njomo Kevin, who actually came with you and is behind the scene. He's a big brother whose hands are in very many beautiful things. Please keep inspiring. That's what you do. Right now, I'm going to take you to the messages of the